Imagine yourself deep in the jungle when the crumbling temple of a lost city emerges from the overgrowth. What long-forgotten civilization created this place? Or walking windswept desert ruins where relics lie half-buried in drifting sands? Who walked these streets centuries ago, and why did they vanish? Across our planet lie remnants of once mighty cities, now reclaimed by nature. Their imposing yet broken walls still emanate an aura of mystery and grandeur. What unknown stories do they hold within their sacred spaces? What secrets remain locked away, awaiting discovery? This hour, we will journey back through the centuries to explore these powerful monuments to lost civilizations. Peer with me through the veil of time to stand within their hallowed walls. Are you ready to imagine the dramas and glories that transpired here ages ago? Let us honor the genius, artistry, and spirit of cultures past who crafted mighty cities, now returned back to dust. Their voices resonate still, awaiting any who wish to listen across the ages. Our first stop is the legendary Incan citadel of Machu Picchu, high in the misty mountains of Peru. Built around 1450 AD, Machu Picchu was a royal estate and ceremonial center, later abandoned after the Spanish conquest. The steep cliffs and dense jungle kept it hidden for centuries until its rediscovery in 1911. When archaeologist Hiram Bingham emerged from the tangled forest, he laid eyes on its emerald agricultural terraces, polished dry stone walls, and imposing watchtower. Who were the rulers who once walked its paths, and what rituals took place on its altars? Despite centuries of study, many mysteries remain about its purpose and the lives of its people. Yet Machu Picchu's astronomical alignments, water systems, and intricately placed sacred stones reveal a highly advanced understanding of architecture and spirituality. Its design fused functionality and beauty to an extraordinary degree. Its builders expertly leveraged the natural topography, orienting the city with the mountains, rivers, and sun patterns. Sophisticated hydraulics channeled rainfall to fountains and baths. They transformed an impenetrable mountaintop into a functional city that was both aesthetically breathtaking and spiritually powerful. Wandering Machu Picchu's temples and plazas, you can almost hear whispers on the wind from the ancient world. Scholars believe it was a royal retreat and ceremonial center for the Emperor Pachacuti, who ruled the Inca Empire in the 15th century. But why build an entire city in such an inaccessible area? Some propose it was located at the intersection of cosmic lines and sacred geography, or perhaps it provided a royal and priestly escape into nature. Clues point to sacred ceremonies, astronomical observations, and agricultural cycles centered around the monumental Sun Temple, but many details surrounding Machu Picchu remain tantalizingly veiled in mystery. Now travel with me to the arid valley of Petra, carved into Jordan's sandstone cliffs over 2,000 years ago. The ruins of this desert metropolis sprawl over 100 square miles, with towering cliff walls protecting its sacred spaces. Petra was the epicenter of the Nabatean Empire, thriving from 400 BC until its decline in the 7th century AD. The most iconic site is the towering treasury building, its red sandstone facade carved directly from the cliffside. Winding downhill through the Sikh Gorge takes you past thousands of tombs, monuments, storerooms, and an amphitheater that once sat 7,000 people. Petra's elaborately carved structures blend Hellenistic, Egyptian, and Mesopotamian influences, showing the Nabateans' cultural eclecticism. Columns, lions, and mythological figures mix with Arabian, Greek, and Roman motifs into a unique architectural fusion. The Nabateans ingeniously built a thriving oasis city, utilizing every inch of the rugged landscape. They were master engineers who built an ingenious system of dams, cisterns, and water channels to sustain life in the desert. Observe closely and you may spot remnants of hydraulic plaster which kept cisterns leak-free. From thriving agriculture to commodities exchange, Petra shows evidence of early innovations in vital infrastructure. At its peak, this desert capital was home to 30,000 people. Yet after the 4th century AD, trade routes shifted and Nabatean culture declined, leaving their magnificent structures to the mercy of time. On the windswept plains of Turkey, we find the remnants of the great city of Troy. Immortalized in Homer's Odyssey, Troy was a prosperous port town that dominated trade in the region for centuries. But its competition with Greek states led to its role in the legendary Trojan War around 1200 BC, as described in Homer's epic tale, the Iliad. It's captivated imaginations ever since. But was Troy real or myth? That question obsessed Heinrich Schliemann, who uncovered the ruins of Troy in the late 1800s. 9 separate cities were unearthed, spanning 5,000 years of history in this strategic location linking east and west. Walking its aged ramparts today lets you stand where heroes like Hector, Paris, and Achilles may have once fought and died. Troy opens a portal to a long-lost world that still echoes in our literature and imaginations. Far from the deserts of Petra lie the wild jungles of northern Guatemala, where the pyramid temples of the ancient Maya city Tikal penetrate the rainforest canopy. Tikal thrived for over 1,500 years, dominating the Mayan world politically, economically, and culturally at its peak around 700 AD. More than 3,000 structures have been uncovered, including soaring step pyramids over 200 feet tall. Climbing through the layers of these colossal monuments built over centuries, time seems to fold in on itself. Highly sophisticated systems of water management allowed Tikal's population to soar to as many as 90,000. Tikal's plazas and temples reflect the Mayans' advanced knowledge of math, astronomy, and cosmology. The Pyramid of the Great Jaguar, built around 700 AD, towers 146 feet high. Its 4 staircases have 91 steps, totaling 364 with the top platform, the number of days in the Mayan solar year. This reveals the meticulous astronomical planning involved. Wandering amidst the soaring pyramids and palaces, you can almost hear the rituals, festivals, and bustling markets of Tikal's heyday. But prolonged droughts destabilized the Maya civilization by 900 AD, leading to Tikal's abandonment and eventual reclamation by the jungle. Yet its grandeur and spirit live on, humming with ancient history and energy. Finally, we travel back to the days of the Roman Empire and the buried cities of Pompeii and Herculaneum. On August 24, 79 AD, Mount Vesuvius violently erupted, covering the prosperous cities in ash and lava in a matter of hours. This tragedy perfectly preserved them until excavations began in the 18th century. Wandering the intact streets, mansions, marketplaces, and amphitheaters is haunting. Even the contorted forms of victims still visible in the ash. The advanced engineering of aqueducts, heating systems, and temples reveal details of prosperous everyday life in the 1st century Roman world. Intricate mosaics, paintings, and marble statues give us insight into Roman aesthetics. While roaming where ancient Romans once walked and worked, you vividly envision the lives and final moments of this lost civilization. Our journey through these powerful ruins has shown us wonders and mysteries of cultures both like and unlike our own. Though swallowed by time, their spirit endures to ignite our imaginations about the past. Each lost city offers clues into ancient technology, beliefs, architecture, and life. They remind us that all civilizations, no matter how mighty, eventually fade and become part of our shared human story. But these once great cities leave an imprint that fascinates and inspires us through the centuries. By exploring their empty streets, we better understand the trajectory of humankind's hopes, dreams, and tribulations. Our shared human desires to create, build, connect, and advance societies live on through the magnificent ruins of Machu Picchu, Petra, Troy, Tikal, and Pompeii. Though gone for millennia, their magic and intrigue persists to transport us through the ages.